Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast, powered by TSH Tennis. Jannik Sinner continues to forget how to lose on indoor hard. João Fonseca finally making the big splash that we've been waiting to see. And Sasha Zverev, I think, might be back to his best, all that and so much more. But to start off this episode, the conversations that we want to have, we have to start with the man, the myth, the legend, the king of indoor Smile, Jannik Sinner, yet again, winning the Vienna ATP 500, the only player on tour that has won this multiple times. Here he is, taking down Sasha, I think, in an amazing match. Your thoughts on him?
This was one of the matches of the year. Amazing level. That first set, despite the scoreline, not being in Jannik's favor, that was an amazing first set. Sasha played some of the best tennis I've seen him play all year. Maybe the best set of tennis he's played all year was that first set. And Sinner found a way to hang on. It was one-way traffic. It did not look like he was going to be able to pull this one off. Sasha was really playing well, moving well. We know how fit Sasha is. And, he was losing the long rallies in the back. Like at some point, in the beginning of the second, end of the first, he started to go to the drop shot a lot, because he could not hang with Sasha in those rallies. He was getting dominated on the backhand side, and he was unable to get to his forehand, to the forehand rallies. And it was looking pretty meek for a bit there for Sinner, but somehow he found a way. He found a way because he's a champion. He's a champion. He found a way to come back. He locked in that second set. He missed some chances, and Sasha had some chances too, but he held on because he's so mentally tough. He knows how to play the big points. He squeaked out that second set, got it on even terms, and then, how many people are going to win a final set against Jannik Sinner on any surface, let alone indoor hard courts where, it's arguably his best favorite surface? It was a gutsy win because it was not looking good for him. Long rallies. He looked fatigued. He was grabbing his hamstring. We thought, was there going to be a hammy issue? Another retirement like we saw in Shanghai? We were concerned. It didn't look good, and Sasha had him. He did have him, but he's serving excellent today, and he was playing that strike tennis. He was feeling the ball amazing. He even said so after the match. And in the big moments, Jannik shows up. 5-all, he found the break, and that was it. It's hard to stop him. He plays the best in the big moments.
Haroon, Jannik Sinner, Sasha Zverev, you saw that coming. You said this was going to go to you said that Sasha was going to win this one in 3 sets. You were this close to making it happen. People thought you don't know anything about tennis. Looks like you're the genius and we're the ones who everyone else doesn't know much.
I was so ready for this conversation. I was preparing my receipts. I was going to go and name every person in the comments that was that was trashing me because
you were feeling yourself after the first set.
What?
You were feeling yourself after the first set.
I started to comment back on some guys with the eyes emojis. Hey, it's coming. Is this not one of the best matches we've seen all year? For best of 3 sets?
It was. I really think it was.
Amazing match. It was awesome. Very long rallies. Both of them just playing pure amazing tennis. Sinner was coming up with amazing shots. And Sasha, by the way, was playing the level of tennis that we love to see. And by the way, a defensive monster. He was defending a lot. I didn't feel like he was intimidated by Sinner at all. Sinner was going for big shots sometimes, and Sasha was returning it with ease. And he was hitting a lot of balls deep, which making it harder for Sinner to go for these big winners that he loves to go for. Although he was going for a lot of them, his forehand winners was unbelievable. He was crushing it. But Zverev was great. It was a great match. Sasha was serving amazing. Sinner was also serving great. And he saved himself when you started cramping in the third. He started to get a little bit more aggressive, even though he's so aggressive, but trying to preserve his energy, trying to win very short and quick points. And he successfully did that. And he maintained his cool. In the pressure points, Sasha had his shots, but Sinner stood tall. And it was just, it came in those little small margins, and Sinner's elite in those stuff. So He's great so far. Like, he hasn't dropped a set prior to going into that final with Sasha. So Sasha kind of made him sweat. And also, I think this is the first time, or not the first time, but very few moments where I see Sinner sweat. I see him like get tired. Like that's something that I felt in that match. But also, I was feeling like Sinner was loose. He was having fun. Like, I felt that Sasha was, really tense. He was trying to be as focused as he can, not really celebrating that much. He was so tense the whole match, but Sinner was enjoying it, going for these...
I don't know if he was enjoying it. Like, he was also very tense Sinner after that first set. Oh. And also, he was calling for the crowd. I haven't seen Sinner do that in a long, long time, where he needs the crowd to get over the hump against Sasha.
Enjoying it. It's not feeling the pressure, but he's enjoying the moments, You didn't agree he was enjoying the moments? Lots of smiles, a lot of... having some nice moments with his team during the match. Like, you didn't see that? You didn't feel that?
Maybe he was, but I felt the first set wasn't definitely like that.
Yeah, fine, okay. For first set, maybe he got hit in the mouth by Sasha. He wasn't expecting that. He thought he was going to be able to roll over Sasha, but not my boy Sasha. But Sasha brought in the game. Well, what did you think, Yusuf, of this amazing match?
No, you make lots of great points. I think this was from Jannik Sinner's standpoint. There are two things I want to talk about Jannik Sinner, but the first one is the mental composure that he had, because he was going through something physically, and he had to stay in there. Because Sasha, by the way, I know you're saying maybe Sasha was the one that looking tense. Sasha, to me, he felt like he had the upper hand in that final set. He was the one who was coming closer and closer, but Jannik Sinner found a way to just conserve energy, like you said, in his service games, and he was going going completely aggressive in all his service games, and they were working to perfection. Whether it was the serving and giving us aces or winners right off the bat after the serve, and he was able to do that. So that was he was able to gut it out, and we've seen it from him before. But he looked like he was hampered, but he was able to hold on and take down a Sasha, by the way, who was playing amazing. Can't wait to talk about him. But the Jannik Sinner that won today, if this match was played months ago, let's say around 6 months ago, Jannik Sinner loses this match, because the Jannik Sinner that we saw today against Sasha Zverev is not the same player. I'll tell you why. Because he was losing, like you said, Smiley, those baseline rallies, back and forth. He was losing them. He doesn't lose those, but he was losing them today. And this time he had something to switch up with. He had the drop shots, and he brought them in, and they changed everything. They changed the entire dynamic. Sasha, instead of standing in the back and absolutely dominating, that wasn't the case. Sinner was bringing him forward, taking him to the back, and just changing up the entire game plan for Sasha. And he wasn't able to do anything about that. And that's where Sinner was able to shift the momentum a bit, and maybe change the confidence was able to shift in a way towards Sinner's direction. And what did we see? He was able to take over that second set. We saw how he got the break there in the second set early, and then went on final set. It was anyone's match. But I think that there is what brought him back into the match. Anything else, if this was Sinner of old, we wouldn't have seen that. So that's a tip of the cap to him, and to the work that he's been doing over the past 6 months to bring that variation that everyone has been asking him to add, and he added it, and it worked to perfection against a very, very, very good Alexander Zverev today.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Amazing. It's these gutsy wins that prove champions, and Jannik was able to do that today.
He doesn't lose to anyone, by the way, in finals. He doesn't lose to anyone else other than Carlos Alcaraz in finals. He beats everyone else. I know this one was a tough one, but some way, somehow, he finds a way against everyone. But Carlos Alcaraz is the only person that can be able to stop him when it comes to finals this year, because it really is
He's
insane.
Improved so much. He's improved mentally. He improved his variety. As you said, he's working on the drop shots, integrating. He's coming to the net a little bit more. His serve has become such a huge weapon. 2 years ago, this was not Jannik's serve. And he's refined it so much where it's an absolute haymaker now. It's so hard to deal with Jannik's serve. Yeah. And he dominates.
Yeah, but the guys, let's now start really counting all his records that he's, well, not records, but his stat sheet that he's trying to pile up right now. 4th title this year, 21 match win streak, 22nd title 22nd career title. And he's just only 24 years old, guys. Like, he's still super young. And yeah, like, again, he's showing us this mental, like he's becoming a mental giant, like a really mental legend. Second title in Vienna, 10th consecutive win in Vienna, won 62 of the last 68 matches, 43-3 on hard courts since 2024 in Shanghai. Like, guys, come on, the dude's unbelievable right now.
No, it's insane what he's doing. And, just another point I wanted to make because of talking about how he's evolved. A point that I loved when I was watching the match against Alex de Minaur, and you go back and watch 5-3 love 30. Go back and watch that point. He hit a return and came into the net. And by the way, he came in and Demon hit the ball to the backhand volley, and he tried to hit the volley, actually bounced before it hit the net. But I'm like, I love to see that because that's him working on something, and he does not care. I'm going to fail this point. I'm going to look like an absolute clown, but I'm working towards a much bigger goal. And, that's something maybe other players should look at. Anyone, young, old, if you're a kid, like, okay, during matches, you can work on these things because even if you do it in practice and you don't do it in matches, it's not the same thing. But he's willing to fail on the biggest stages in semifinals of an ATP 500 against another top 10 player because he's working towards something bigger. So even though it was a really bad point and it was 10 seconds, you're like, what is that? Love 30? But no, I felt like that was a point like, okay, Jannik Sinner is working on something much greater, and just wanted to point that one out because I think that's a small tidbit into what he's trying to work on as a player.
He's always improving. He has arguably the best growth mentality. That's why he was world number one for a while. Him and Carlos, they're improving at such a fast rate. Yeah,
he's conquering now, but the person on the other side of the net in this final, Sasha Zverev Harun, like, he's been having a tough season. He said, I have the back injury. I don't know. I haven't been playing healthy the entire season since Australia. But here he is, making it all the way to the final in Vienna and giving Jannik Sinner fits and making Jannik Sinner struggle, making him sweat, making him look human. Alexander Zverev was able to do that today, Harun. Give me some of your thoughts on Sasha.
Hats off to Sasha, really. Come on, hats off to Sasha. Nobody really thought that Sasha was going to pull off this level. And people started to forget, like, it's really absolutely bonkers that I chose the third best player in the entire globe to win a match, to win a title, and people were looking at me like this is a crazy prediction that I was making. People are forgetting this guy was one match away from becoming world number one. Like, come on, the disrespect on this guy is unbelievable. This is an elite player, and he has an elite level. Yeah, fine, he wasn't showing the best level sometimes for the past year, but obviously that's because of some issues that he was going through. But the guy is elite. You can't count him out ever count him out. The only time where maybe you could think about counting him out is when he's playing like the big three or something like that. But then again, like, he's beat all of them, count multiple times. So the disrespect on this guy is unbelievable. The level he was showing today was really amazing. Like, and it's very promising and very exciting to see because we need him back on tour. We need the Sasha of old. We need this amazing Sasha that's winning the big titles, that's going toe-to-toe with the best, that's showing unbelievable levels. And I think, by the way, he could sneak a big title here coming to the end of the year. And this is the guy that we've been wanting to see and haven't been able to see that level so far. But yeah, serving insane today. He was moving great. He was really mentally composed. He was back against the wall a lot of 15-30s, but also a lot of games where he was winning at love. So this is some things that are showing, great promise because he's able to win at love against the greatest returner we have in the game right now. So come on, hats off to him and all of the amazing signs to see going forward right now. What do you think?
Smite? Yeah.
I thought that Sasha was excellent today. I was really hoping that he doesn't come into this match, and have another bad loss because it would have been really devastating for his confidence. And he's been struggling with injury plus confidence over the past year. And so I thought, like, for him, he needs to show a good performance. And the first set was it. This is the best version of Sasha. It's the Sasha who can serve really well, who can, be more aggressive than passive, come forward when needed. And he showed all that. He showed all that today. And, he had multiple chances in all 3 sets. Break points in every single set that were not able to be converted. Had he converted, this match might have been over in 2. He might have had that final set. He had his chances. And so he has to walk away from this feeling really good about that. He also, Sasha's one of the fittest people on tour, if not the most fit. So it's good to see that come back into the light. He's strong as a bull. He's quick. The drop shots that Jannik was using were not damaging actually as much as they would have been with other players, because Sasha was there, was picking them up. He was right in the points. So it was a really exceptional level. On top of that, the serving, I would say, for the most part, throughout this tournament and in this match, was excellent. He was killing Jannik with the slice serve out wide, with the big serve out wide. He was crushing him. And he had that ace up his sleeve every time he needed it. And then it's unfortunate. Jannik got a break point at 5-all in that final set, and he converted. And it's those big moments that matter against the top guys. But other than that, I clearly see that the confidence is back. He was winning rallies at the back. He should feel very good about that. He's serving really good. He should feel good about that. If he's feeling healthy, which I'm led to believe because this was an excellent week for him in Vienna, this is big news. Big news, and Harun might not be wrong. Maybe he can sneak a title in Paris or ATP Finals. It wouldn't be the first time.
He could defend his title that he won last year.
Yeah, but this week, the way it started off against Fernley, and he took him to a final set, and you're like, oh, is this same Sasha that's going to be, we've been seeing for the past few months, but he was slowly building momentum until that Lorenzo Musetti match, and I'm like, okay, that was a different Sasha I saw today. I saw a proactive Sasha. I saw a Sasha that was doing everything the way we expect him to do it. The forehand was clicking. The backhand was clicking. The serving was insane. And then was he going to be able to take it into the next match? And, after in that post-match interview, after that semifinal match, he's like, I want to play Sinner and I want to see where I am. I want to see my level. I haven't played him for a while. Last time I played him in Australia. Let's see where I am right now. And he saw where he was. He's right there. And the Sasha Zverev that we saw today is that Sasha Zverev that I have always believed in, and the one that I said is going to win slams, and that should be up there fighting with Sinner and Alcaraz for the biggest titles we have on tour. That's how good he is. It's 4-4 now in that head-to-head. And you've beaten this guy 4 times. And what's it like? Also, he's beaten Alcaraz so many times. He's not someone who is shouldn't be in this conversation. He should be in this conversation. And I know he hasn't got that Grand Slam yet, but he's won everything else under the sun. And if this is a moment that switches everything for him, I hope it is, and I do believe it is, because he should be up there. And the player that we saw today and saw this entire week is a player that we absolutely love to watch, Harun, like you said. And to your point, Harun, by the way, about the disrespect him, I think it's such a big compliment to Sasha Zverev, where everyone's knocking him of how he's bad with this, that, all the negative comments. If everyone's saying he's having one of the worst seasons, and he's number 3 in the world, he's made it to a Grand Slam final, he's made it to an ATP Finals for the 8th time in his career.
He's won it twice as well.
No, but not only that, I'm talking about this season.
Yeah.
He made it to another ATP Finals. This is the discussion that we're having. He's done all this, and people are saying he's having such a bad season. So if anything, this is a massive compliment to Sasha. People think this is your worst season, which means they see you in a much higher regard. So if I'm a Sasha fan and you look at all the hate that he's getting or all the negative comments, the fact that everyone's saying this about him during this season is proof that everyone sees him as one of the elite we have in the tennis world.
Yeah, that's the positive spin. Yeah,
I think that's how I look at it. But Vienna was fun. We had 2 amazing stories. Sinner looking unstoppable. Sasha, we think back to his best. Harun, Ismail. But something very, 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 very juicy happened in Basel, Switzerland. Your boy, João Fonseca, wins the biggest title of his career, takes down Alejandro Davidovich Fokina in the final to win the ATP 500 in Basel. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Talk to us about your man.
João is arriving. He's coming to the top real fast. I told you, you have to keep your eyes open. You might miss it. You don't blink. You might miss this train coming right at you. This was another huge step in the João Fonseca story coming to life. And what an amazing run he had to this title. And all my condolences to Fokina today. He just got absolutely trailblazed. 15 winners from Fonseca's forehand today. It was just a rocket. In the first set alone, it was just a cannon. He was just watching those fastballs go right by him. He could do nothing about it. This was about to get real ugly real fast. This was going to be a 6-3, 6-2, 6-1 situation. Fonseca had multiple break points on every single service game that Fokina had in that second set. This was absolute obliteration. I was so concerned about Fonseca's performance after what he did with Botic in Brussels. I was like, the return's not looking good. He looked a little bit impatient, but he's a young player. We need to give him room to grow. He took a couple weeks off to improve, to train, to get ready for this part of the season. And here we go. This whole tournament, he was returning impeccably well. So well. He was putting so much pressure on the server every single time from the return. He was varying his pace so well. He was putting the mix between the rockets and the touch with the drop shots was unbelievable. He was coming to the net at every chance. He does not allow you to sit back. You can't relax playing against João. You're on your toes.
Yeah.
He's trying to win. He's coming
so
forward.
Impatient.
And you need to figure out a way. Because if you don't, he's going to figure it out for you. It's going to be a winner. It's going to be a winner from his ground strokes or at the net because he has the touch. He has the hand skills that he can volley really well. He's going to come forward and he's going to force you. Sometimes he misses volleys. And then most of the time, he's actually winning with excellent volleys, crisp volleys. He is way ahead of schedule for his own progression. In the beginning of the year, I told you guys he's going to be top 40. He has already shattered that. And we're not even close to being done. He still has a couple of chances to improve that ranking. He is coming for a top seed in Australia.
Top seed? What's top seed mean?
Top 32. He's going to be already top 32 seed.
Yeah, but that's yeah.
He's coming for it, and his season's not over. We don't know what's coming next, and there is no ceiling. There is no limit to what João can do. His serve is already excellent for his age, for his stature. He's looking better every single time. And the most important thing about João is he is built for the moment. He does not fear anyone or anything or any moment. He believes he should shine on the biggest stages. We were watching him close out that title, right? And we're like, all right, 5-4. He had to sit over the changeover and think about lifting that trophy. What's he come out and do? He won the game at love. And the first point, he absolutely ripped a forehand winner down the Rhine. Like, this is unreal. Unreal conviction. He's elite. He's elite. He is going to be at the top real soon. And don't blink because you might miss it.
Haroon, he has the it factor, huh?
He has the it factor. That's for sure. Like it's the charisma about him. It's the aura that he has. And we're gonna double glaze.
Aura.
Yeah, double glaze me and Smile right now. We're going to keep on glazing Fonseca. But he deserves the glaze. Like, that's the thing. He deserves the glaze. The dude started the year at 130, and now he's at 30. Like, so that's
28.
A huge
28,
compliment.
Haroon.
This is not just some regular guy.
Haroon, no. Let me correct you. He started the year, last year, 150.
150.
Like, in the past year, 150. And moved up. He's now 28. He's inside the top 30. He's not just 30. He's inside there. Which is a big move.
Unbelievable. So it's not just like, yeah, this is a next gen guy. He's showing a lot of promise. Like, yeah, the promise is that he's taking down all of your favorite players right now. So he's now a contender for a big title that you would fear because he has the game, he has the aura, he has the mental composure. And he has a lot of energy and passion, so he brings a lot of the fans to the sport. And he makes you want to root for him because of the story, his background, and just the way he carries himself. So it's a nice full package. And he's still not even close to what he can do, and not even close to his prime. He's just...
That's crazy to think.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think.
It's crazy to think. Like, these are guys that are, like, somebody like Fokina, somebody like Hami Munar, like, these are guys that have been grinding for several years on tour, trying to, reach a big title, trying to win a big title. Well, okay, this is a ATP Final, not the biggest title, but this is huge for a young player or any player, matter of fact. So it just shows a lot about him, and his whole story is just, it's very hard to not root for him at this point,
He's a superstar in the making. And, like today he played against Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, who's having the best season of his career, by the way. He's up to number 15 in the world. That's the highest he's ever reached. Like, we're not talking about like, oh, he just played this rando. No, he played ADF, who is, I'm telling you, like, this is the best he's ever played. And top 15 player. And he took him down in straight sets very convincingly. And he's 19. That's the thing. I keep forgetting this point. He's 19. So where's he going to go from here? I can't wait to see. But 19 years of age,
19.
to be able to... Exactly. Like to be able to do what he's doing, like they were talking on the broadcast. He's still gonna go play the next gen finals. Like what? Next gen finals? Next gen finals? You're gonna be seated at slams. What next gen finals exactly are you supposed to play? Let's see if he even goes to play that tournament. But João Fonseca, we needed this title for him. We needed this season. And let's see what happens in the coming tournaments. But you have some of the big dogs coming for Paris. Maybe if he decides to play, he's going to play the Athens 250. Let's see what happens there. He's going to add more points then. But as it stands, João Fonseca in 2026. Big predictions are going to start happening now. Big predictions are going to start happening on what we expect to see.
Because there are no limits for João.
Yeah, like he's only going to improve. But like you said, Smile, that point that you made, I do believe, like when I watch him, like he's built for these big moments. Like when serving 5-4, he's going to come out and he always points to his head, right? He always points to his head. He knows I have to be locked in here, and he has something about him. There's magic there. And when I watch him, I think I'm watching a superstar. Even though he's number 28 in the world, he's 19. This is him going for an ATP 500. But I see a superstar when I'm playing, and I can't wait to see what happens next. But hats off to him and his team for deciding to skip that Asian swing, because we see what's happening with everyone. And he's like, okay, let's manage this properly. Let's see what's going to work best for us. On indoor hard, we can maybe dominate. And it didn't happen in Brussels, but look what happened at the bigger tournament. ATP 500 Basel champion at 19 years of age. Superstar in the making, amazing load management by his team to do what he just did this week.
Yeah, guys, so another point I just want to make. This is something that he already said, João already said in his post-match interview, where he was thanking his mom for traveling with him since he was a young age, and his family for caring for him and supporting for him. And this is something, as an athlete, not just in tennis, but in any sport, this is something that is huge, because the parents really do a big, significant role in helping a player, achieve his dreams. Like you're a young kid, you pick up a racket, or you start kicking a ball, you start shooting a ball. Like you see yourself, you want to be at this amazing level, and you don't know how to reach there. But then the parents have to wake you up and take you to school, and then take you to practice, and go through all of this regimen that you have to complete in order to become at this point in stage where João is right now. And yeah, these are people behind the scenes that they're doing remarkable things, and we just have to echo this message that João pointed at. This is an amazing thing, and thank you for his parents. Thank you for all of the parents all around the world for making these athletes achieve their dreams and helping everybody. So thanks.
He's very, very fortunate also that his dad's wealthy. So tennis is very tough, and even if you need finances, and he's lucky. He's in a very, very fortunate situation to be able to do what he did.
Yeah.
What he's doing.
True, and definitely parents need to take a lot of credit. But my favorite thing about João, and it's been the case since I watched him in the Next Gen Finals last year, it's his mindset. His mindset is what makes him elite. It's not the forehand. I saw the forehand. It was not, although he captivated everyone with his ground strokes, his power, but it's the mindset. He talked about from the Next Gen Finals, talking about how he wants to play on the biggest stages and wants to play on the biggest venues, and he believes he can reach the highest heights of the sport and challenge the top players. He said that. He had this belief. He has this vision. João carries himself that way. That's why he's here today. He went from 150 in the world before the beginning of the year, before next gen finals, but he has this belief, which allows him now ATP 250 title now ATP 500 title. Next up is the ATP 1000 for him, and next up after that will be Grand Slams. He's progressing exactly as you would want for a young player, and his belief and his mindset is what makes him elite. And we heard in the Laver Cup how everyone was talking about how amazing his character and mindset is. This is the differentiation of João. Before anything tangible. It's the intangibles that I love about him.
The two players that come to mind when you think of that and they express those thoughts were Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic. They said these things, like they came out and they're like, we want the biggest stages. And he's on his way.
And Jannik.
Jannik's a bit more, I think, reserved in a way. Doesn't share, like Rafa too. He's more like, I think they're the same.
Yeah. They were much
Alcaraz
more
is more like out there. So is Novak. Like, these are my goals, and which requires courage, by the way, to say these things. And he said these things, and the work you do does the talking. That shows you how much work they're actually putting in to achieve these goals.
João. There is no ceiling for
if we get João at the level that we think he can be at, we're gonna get the next generation talking like, yeah, man. Like in 10, 15 years, I had to go through João, Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz just to go to the semis or quarters. This is ridiculous. This is unfair. It's going to be the same thing like Tsonga and those guys talking about, I had to go through all these. Like, that's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah. Harun, as amazing as João was, on the other side of the net in the finals, sometimes some people go unheard of in a way because you talk about the champion so much, but ADF, I mentioned, he's having the best season of his career. He's up to number 15 in the world. He's really doing some great things this year, and he's showing us how he's developed overall. Your thoughts on Foki, though?
I love it. I'm a big fan of Fokina, and I love a good story. Like, I'll show you. This is a story that we're going to talk about also. Like he talked about his selection in the Davis Cup, but he came out and showed everyone that he's actually a good player. And he's somebody that can win a title and can prove everybody wrong. And by the way, his run, although he got a few breaks along the way where Humbert and Casper Ruud, they both had to withdraw from the match, but still, like, those are still big wins, and you can't take away that credit there. And also, he beat Brooksby and Sonego. Tough wins, guys. And he's playing at a great level this year. This is the best he's ever played. Unfortunately, he comes again and he's not able to win a final. He's 0-5 in finals so far, but still, to be at this point in the stage where he can compete for a title is still something that a lot of other players would wish they would be at. So hats off to Fokina. Great week for him, and wish him all the best. And I think that everybody keeps saying that he's so close and he's definitely going to win the title. I think it's so close. He just needs to squeeze a bit more. But Fonseca today was unplayable. But yeah, Foki was amazing.
People were calling him a clay courter for the past couple of years. So he's actually now doing damage on indoor hard. He's moving forward. His serves improved. His ground strokes have improved. He's coming forward much more, and when necessary, I like what I see overall in improvement. He also bet on himself this year. He said, like, I'm going to relieve the expectations. I'm going to go for it. And I like his mentality. It's coming together. He's improving every year. This is a great progression for ADF.
Yeah, he's one of the players that I absolutely love, and I think he's only going to go higher. 15 is not where he's going to stop. I think he's going to continue moving. I believe he's going to touch the top 10. I do believe that. And happy for him. I know it's tough that he hasn't been able to touch that ATP trophy yet, but I do believe it's coming because he's that caliber of a player. He's good
enough. He's good enough. It just needs to get more experience in the big moments, and I think we will see Fokina at the top soon enough.
All right, guys. Bringing back an amazing segment that we love. Inspiring stories of the week. Yusuf, you definitely have a really good one for us. Take it away.
It's an absolute joy and honor when we get to a tournament in Switzerland, because even though he's not in the ranking anymore to play these tournaments, but they honor him properly. And that's Stanislas Wawrinka.
Ooh,
and,
Stani.
you know, at 40 years of age, he's not going out there and just competing. He's winning. He took down Kecmanovic to win a match at the ATP Tour level in a 500 tournament. And he's been grinding in challenges. People are like, why are you still doing this? Why don't you just retire? You're a Grand Slam champion. You've been in the top. You've been a top 3 player. You're making ATP finals. Why are you putting yourself through this? But, you know, he came out and told everyone, passion has no age. And he loves to play the game. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing it for the love of the game. You take away the prize money. You take away everything. You take away the glory. He's going down and playing challengers and probably in really tough conditions. But that's just, it shows you the love that he has for the game. This is as pure as it gets. And, you know, Novak Djokovic, he talked about this before of like, I just love the feeling of hitting that ball and to be able to hit that perfect stroke in the way it comes off your racket and you see it on the other side of the net. Until now, even though he does not have the fitness that he had when he was young, but he's still able to go, like, he's going to at least give you a set against everyone. We saw what he did with Casper Ruud. He took him to a tiebreak. And Stanislas Wawrinka is a reminder to everyone that if you love something, if you're passionate about something, you can continue to do it and you will continue to do it regardless of anything. You're going to grind through the blood, sweat, and tears, the mud, the bad times, the losses, the heartbreak, because he has the passion. And this was an amazing reminder this week, and I loved it, even though he lost in the second round. But this was an amazing reminder that inspires people. Like, this is why you do what you love in any field that you're working in.
It was awesome. And he got a win in front of his home Swiss crowd. And like you said, he took Casper to the brinks. This is world number, seeded 4 in this tournament in top 10 player. Like, this is amazing.
Just won Stockholm.
Amazing. It's so inspiring from Steny.
And by the way, just over a month ago, he was this close to winning a challenger title, but he lost to Gaston in the final. But still, everything you said is
and he had Medvedev on the brinks in Rotterdam earlier this year too. Like, he's capable still of amazing tennis.
No, he is. And watching that one-handed backhand, like, you can't get enough of it. You cannot get enough of it. He really is. So I don't want him to go anywhere. Continue playing. Let's see next year. He said, I'm going to play next year, and let's see what happens. But whenever I get a chance to watch Stanislas Wawrinka, it's an absolute joy and privilege.
Yeah. Amazing stuff, Yusuf. How about you, Smail? Do you have an amazing, inspiring story that you want to share with us as well?
Yeah, how about Mama Bear Belinda Bencic back with another title? How in the world did she find a way to do this? Her comeback story has been amazing. From motherhood, ranked 437 in the world, now all the way up to world number 11 with another title in Tokyo. Oof. She has just had an amazing rise this season, amazing comeback story. The resilience is unbelievable. There are no limits to what moms can do, and this is just another reminder of that. And Belinda, what an amazing season. And her story continues to be written. It's awesome to watch.
Can you imagine?
She loves Tokyo, right? Yusuf, she loves Tokyo, huh?
Yeah, loves Tokyo Olympics. We saw what she did there. Apparently it's a magical place, but just the story overall, from going completely off tour and you're off the grid completely. And actually she had no ranking, by the way, at this point last year. But she was able to come back a bit, and then by the beginning of the year up to 487 in the world, and then able to jump in an entire season, to jump back to number 11. It's so hard. We talk about sometimes guys, when they fall off, it's done. You can't come back. She's not only coming back, she's coming back with a vengeance into the top 11. She's going to break into the top 10 soon. But that just shows, this is what an elite player is capable of. And we saw Sasha do it when he came back from an injury. We saw Novak do it. We saw so many guys do it. But this is proof. She is elite of the elite. And Belinda Bencic inspires. By the way, the most important thing is that you've inspired young women to believe that if I have to decide to go start in a family, that's not the end. And it's a nice reminder, because some people are not as old to remember what Kim Clijsters did. Some people are not old to remember what Serena Williams did. Naomi Osaka is struggling in a way, but she's also made her way back. But Belinda Bencic has shown that I can go all the way off the grid and come back to the top of the top. Yeah. And I love that story. And I think that's an amazing thing that young girls can look at and okay, the end is not pregnancy.
Yeah,
The
true. And
end
also, this is
when I
not.
decide it's the end.
Yeah, that's true. Completely agree. And this is not just any player, by the way. She's like, sometimes I forget that she's only 28 years old. Like, that's, your career is not over at 28 years old. You still have like 5, even 10 years still left in your career as a tennis player with somebody with her level of tennis, because she's a former gold medal winner at the Olympics in Tokyo in 2021. So she lifted the gold medal there, and also she won a silver medal in doubles. So this is an elite player, and she has a track record to show it. And it's not surprising. It is obviously great to see. It's exciting, but it's not surprising because she has shown elite level. But even more, like, this is great for her, great for the sport, and like you said, Yusuf, everybody should be inspired by her, and that tennis is not over when you decide to start a family.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Some of the most inspiring stories we've seen all year. And, there were still a lot of, nice stories that happened in both Basel and Vienna. So let's get into our biggest winners of the week.
7 Australian Opens, 15 slams.
Not too bad.
Haroon, who's yours?
I'm going to have to go with Helmi Munar. Munar is my boy. The biggest winner of the week.
You love Munar. You're a big Munar believer.
I love Munar. I've been so high on Munar this year, and especially when he plays sleeveless. Love the bicep. Like, he plays strong. He moves great, by the way. Guys, this is a guy that has elite mental toughness. And it's underrated, by the way. He's not afraid of anybody. This is somebody that's, graduated from the Rafael Nadal Academy as well. So credit to having that Rafa-esque aura that maybe he got from there. And he's playing with, he moves so greatly, guys. He moves so great. He has a lot of variety on his shots. He's not a one-dimensional guy. He's not just a counter puncher, a pusher, just puts the ball in play. I feel like he has a lot of power, and he's been playing great. So he's my biggest winner, and I think that this is not the end for Munar. I think he's still going to surprise us even more. And maybe he proved David Ferrer right. Maybe we're going to get into that conversation in a bit, but he's my biggest winner, guys.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Smythe, you have a biggest winner?
Yeah. I want to go back to our Shanghai winner, Valentin Vachereau. He had an epic first-round match against Taylor Fritz. And, a lot of people were questioning if that was, that this was a fluke. Can he maintain that level? I thought that match was a win-win for both him and Taylor for showing such an amazing match. That was maybe the match of the tournament, arguably, in that first round in Basel. It was amazing. The level was incredible. Valentin was down a break in that final set, broke back to hang in it, took that second set tiebreak to force the third set.
Yeah.
He is showing that he's an incredible fighter, and I'm really, really high on his potential. I believe he can go to the top 20. I really believe it. It's not far-fetched to believe that he has a great serve. He's a great mover, and he has a sneaky good backhand where he can change direction. He was able to get some angles off that backhand that put Taylor Fritz in a pickle multiple times. I like what I see from Valentin. He's composed. He's maybe playing from another realm right now, but this level, if he can stay close to it, he's gonna go far. He's gonna go far because Taylor Fritz was playing amazing tennis coming into this. And I just can't wait to see what he does next. I can't wait.
No, it was. Everyone was looking at this match and especially looking at him because they're like, okay, off that Shanghai finally, there was a magnifying glass on him, and is he going to be able to perform? And that's exactly what he did. But the fact that he was able to do this because he had that was as high gets, right? But he was able to be composed and. Not only, I don't even know how much he was able to practice because he went back home and then there's probably so much press he had to do, so many different obligations. Meet the prince, the Monaco football team, all these different things. And when is he going to practice and focus back on tennis? And then he has to go to Basel right away. But he showed us that actually he is one of the players that we should look out for in the 2026 season. He has the tennis, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do actually next week in Paris and beyond.
He got the first seed, guy. If he got anybody else, just somebody just slightly below the top 10, he would have maybe had another run.
We're talking about Taylor Fritz, who really he's as like mentally strong as they come.
I know, but
And
if Valentin Vacherot, if he got anybody other than Fritz, like
Yeah.
just below the 5 seeds, then maybe he would have had another run, because just to get into the groove again.
Yeah.
Like, not give him seeded 1 right away like that. But but that was great.
Even though he lost and it was the first round loss, he's gonna go into Paris with lots of confidence, because like it was, I can do this week in and week out, go up against the best of the best.
Yeah.
But those were for the biggest winners that you guys had. I don't have biggest winners. I had inspiring stories of the week. But let's go into our next segment, my favorite segment of every episode, and that is overreaction or not. I'm going to tell you something based on what happened this week, and you let me know, is this an overreaction? Is it not? First up, Harun. You talked about this player. You picked this player. You believed in this player more than anyone. So here's the statement. Alexander Zverev is finally back in his best form. Overreaction or not?
Not an overreaction at all. Not an overreaction. Sasha Zverev is back, baby. He is going toe-to-toe with the best player, hottest player on tour for the past, few years now? Come on, that is the utmost litmus test there that you are back on tour. If you can really make the best player sweat, then you are back. Come on, guys. It was an amazing level today. Sasha Zverev is back. The confidence is there. And also, he still has more than the tank to show. But just a few tweaks there, but he's back, baby. Sasha Zverev, let's go. Come on, baby. Come on.
Ismail, overreaction or not?
You know, when you can play with a more aggressive style, and Sasha, when he's playing aggressive, proactive, this is the best version of him. So, no, this is not an overreaction. You know, he does tend to regress to the mean, but this was the best he's looked all year. All year. 2025, best he's looked.
Yeah, I loved what I saw from him. This is not an overreaction. If he can take this confidence and move into the next tournament where he's defending his throne in Paris, you know, Sinner showed that he was struggling, right? Sasha looks good. Like, I know he said he has issues, but he looked good. So I'm gonna say this is not an overreaction. Let's see what happens in the next 2 tournaments.
By the way, Ismail, your point that he's not only playing aggressive, but also he's defending very well. So it's not just that his philosophy of winning style is playing aggressive, but he's also able to hang in playing defensively. So that's something that I felt while watching him.
That's his bread and butter, though.
Yeah, that's his thing. Well, next up, Ismail. Sinner versus De Minaur will go down as the most lopsided head-to-head in history.
Oh, man.
We're now at 12-0.
Don't do my boy Dima
At
like
the
that.
moment,
Don't do my boy Dima
it's
like
the second most lopsided head-to-head we have on tour, only behind the Djokovic-Monfils one.
Oh, man, you really need me to slander Alex De Minaur, who's such a good player who improves every year. That's 8 more times. 8 more. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going that far. To go to 20-0? No. He's going to get one. I have to believe he'll get one.
Harun, overreaction or not?
The thing is, I don't want to get my boy Demon, but Demon is one of the most consistent players on tour, one of the best players on tour for sure. By the way, he is an amazing player, but Sinner is just out of this world. And Demon is always going to be so consistent to reach deep into the tournaments to face Sinner, so they're going to face each other a lot more. And I think this is not an overreaction, guys. Unfortunately, I think just Sinner is off to this world. Like Zverev said, he's playing off the charts. It's not an overreaction, and it pains me to say it.
Yeah, you know, like Sinner's that one player for Demon that when you watch it, like, I don't know how you can beat him. Like sometimes against Alcaraz, you can, like, if he's not having his best day and you're super consistent, you can get to him. Other players, you believe the same thing, but for some reason, when I watch him play against Jannik Sinner, I'm like, I don't know if there's anything Demon can do. I can see him beating everyone else except him. So I think this is not an overreaction, and this is going to continue. It's going to be crazy because, you know, Ferrer against Federer, and we have the Djokovic Monfils, and we have the Rafa Gasquet. These aren't like scrubs. These guys are legends. And Demon might go down as a legend, but it's good. I think this is going to continue. We have so many more years of this happening.
Yeah, it's also how hard is it to turn it around when you've already lost 12 times?
The psyche. It's so hard to shift it.
Hard to get it.
Yeah,
but
you said it's an overreaction, so we'll see.
But like the thing is also for the last 6 years since 2019, the only time, only once did Alex de Minaur win a set off of Sinner. So that's also shows, and this is a guy that won 299 matches before. Like Alex de Minaur won 299 matches. Like he knows what winning culture is, but when it comes to Sinner, it's just really tough.
Yeah, it's his kryptonite. Okay, last one in this overreaction or not segment. Rune. Holger Rune's injury is the reason more players are withdrawing mid-match. Overreaction or not?
Oof, that's a really tricky one. I'd say I'm gonna say it's not an overreaction. I won't call overreaction on this one. I don't know exactly what people are thinking about, like the players are thinking, but definitely they're becoming more cautious, and it's probably going through their minds like, hey, I don't want to push it here. If I start to feel like my leg cramping or my arm something, my shoulder, like these are tricky things as a tennis player. Wrist, don't push it, don't risk it, because you don't want to, be out for 9 to 12 months like Holger is and miss out on like a crucial time in your prime. So I think I'm not going to call an overreaction on this one. Might be something that they're going through in their minds.
Smite, overreaction or not?
No, this is not an overreaction. I think the players were very vocal. Many players were vocal about supporting Holger. Even Carlitos came out and talked about, the schedule being a bit long and needing to have some adjustments, to have some breaks in there. So if Carlos is talking about it, I'm sure the rest are thinking about it and cognizant of it. So no, not an overreaction.
Yeah, I think it was such a big scare. Like they saw all of a sudden Achilles, 22 years of age, he's out for probably a year plus. And it was sudden. So you could think that's in the back of everyone's mind. So I say this is not an overreaction and has played a part. And in a way, it worked, like, even though we know it was devastating for Holger, but it opened everyone's eyes like, okay, we're humans at the end of the day, and we shouldn't push ourselves to the limit. For what? And then I push myself into 250, and then what do I get in the end? I'm out for 12 months, and we're independent contractors. We make no money when that happens, when we're not playing. So, yeah, I don't think this is an overreaction, and Holger's devastating news probably opened lots of people's eyes.
Yeah.
Well, that was the overreaction or not segment for this week. Not that many, but it was fun. It was interesting. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, but that's that.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is a really interesting question that I'm going to ask you now. So for the first time in 35 years, the ATP is expanding the Masters 1000 category to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is getting a Masters 1000 tournament. Your thoughts, Yusuf, on this decision?
So in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I think this is a nice move, because I want tennis to be everywhere, and I want there to be big tournaments everywhere. There's no big tournament in the Arab region. And you have 500s, you have 250s, but you don't have a 1000. And yes, get a 1000 there. And that's a nice move. And I actually think it's not in like they're saying, okay, the schedule's too intense and you add a Masters event. I think it's during a time of the season where it's not really like that intense. After the Australian swing, then we have like in the middle in that second month, we have no big tournaments during that time of year. So bring us a big tournament to get the excitement and to get the juices flowing. And more tournaments, which means, okay, if the big players are going to go to other one, if you have other small tournaments, then you have other people that can get a chance to play those tournaments and make money. More players will be able to play and win money. So that's that. But I understand the other side of like, okay, let's get a grass, first of all, Masters. That would be nice to have. I understand that point. So that's a valid point that we don't have a Masters on grass. But I actually think it's a good move. And, all the other things of why should Saudi Arabia get this and whatever. I think everyone should look in the mirror before making these claims of why go to Saudi Arabia and to make different statements and different remarks. But as it stands, I think this is a nice move, and I want tennis to go everywhere. And next, give something to Africa, because you have an entire continent where you're giving no love. Find a way. I don't know where's the best place to do that, but I want to see something also in Africa soon. And tennis should be global. Everyone should be able to get a chance to see the likes of Alcaraz, Sinner, Zverev, Djokovic So go all around the world. You guys go all around the world, but you don't actually, because there are places that don't get to see you. Hopefully, this would be one of the stepping stones to get to see all the people. People will get to see the best of the best compete in the Arab region, and hopefully, we'll get to maybe sometime soon go to Africa.
Yeah. Those are great points. I mean, I agree with everything you said there. It's nice that we're expanding tennis to a new region that doesn't have top tier tournaments, which is so necessary and is going to be so good for the growth of the sport and the love of tennis overall. And it's such a good sport to have, you know, everywhere. We love tennis, obviously. And but yeah, I get the point about the surface. I wonder what should have been the next surface. Definitely grass is a nice argument. Why don't we have a grass one? I like the idea of changing up the surfaces. You know, like the carpet surface is gone and it hasn't been brought back.
Roger would have something to say about that.
Yeah, Rogers was openly against the carpet, but when he got older, would he have been also against it? I don't know. Like, why don't we bring back carpet? Like, it would be cool to have a new, different surface for the Masters. So, for the new Masters. And yeah, I definitely don't think there's an issue with the timing. And it's better to have one more Masters to get to pick from than another 250 to get to pick from. So it's great. It's great.
Haroon, what do you think?
Yeah, well, a lot of good points you guys are making there. So about the timing, about the surface, and about the place as well, like the location. I also, Yusuf, agree with the same sentiment there, that I share the same sentiment that I would have wanted something in Africa. An entire continent has no ATP level tournament there. Come on, that's completely bonkers.
You have something in Morocco.
Yeah,
like
there's Morocco and
WTA.
and there are lots of challenges obviously happening
but that's
all
not the
across
same. That's not
Egypt
the
and
same.
otherwise. But we need a big tournament in Africa. There needs to be a big tournament in Africa. Like, this is really excluding the biggest continent in the world.
We saw when Rafa and Roger, when they went and played that tournament in a football stadium in South Africa. So like, how can you absolutely like disregard an entire continent like Africa? Nothing.
It's very weird that we haven't seen that. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
We need
And
to
I
see that
also-
soon. But you know, one thing, Haroon, sorry to cut you off, but
No,
the only thing that one thing that comes to mind is okay. And then we're gonna have a complete different conversation now about the number of Masters, right? Because Novak right now, he's the king of Masters, but now all these players are gonna have one extra chance to win. And also, what happens to Novak's record? Like, he won every single Masters 3 times. What happens to that? Like, does that still stand, or he has to come back and win this thing 3 times? Has he now not completed tennis?
Well, maybe that's good for Novak because he likes new challenges. So maybe now he needs to lock into 2028 so he can get the Saudi Masters.
Or needs to retire before 2028 so he can say, at that time I did complete tennis.
No, we don't want him to retire.
No, we don't. But you know, yeah. So that's another question. Like, the numbers are gonna be inflated now, Haroon, in a way, because maybe these next guys go on and they have one extra chance, and let's see what happens. But you know, that's another point of concern.
Yeah, like we'll see. We'll see. There are also other points about the crowd. Like this is like not lots of people are gonna go to the matches. You know, some people, like we've seen with WTA finals, that there was some of seats weren't filled.
No,
So-
but I wouldn't compare that to an ATP Masters tournament, though.
Sure, that's fair to say.
Well, we
but-
saw the same when they played in Texas a few years ago. Remember the WTA finals? It was absolutely.
Or in Mexico.
It was like haunted.
Yeah.
There was a haunted house. There was no.
in Cancun, remember?
Yeah. So like, and also, people haven't had that. So also there's an education in a way. Like we just saw, by the way, in Vienna and Basel, where they have a rich history of having tournaments all the time. The stadium's filled from the first day. So it's going to take some time for people to get acquainted with, okay, we have a big tournament. It's at this time of year. I'm going to prep my schedule accordingly. All these different things. And people will be able to come from different countries if you provide that. So it's going to take a few years. You shouldn't judge right away. I think it's going to take time to educate the fans, and also for everyone to just plan themselves their own. Like, okay, this is an event that happens at this time of year. We want to go. Let's plan ourselves accordingly. The same way everyone plans for the US Open or Wimbledon or Roland Garros or all the different Masters. You want to talk about the Sunshine Double. So yeah, I think it's going to take some time, but let's give it time.
Sure. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes and how it plays out.
Well, speaking of Masters, the last one of the year is coming up in Paris.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun one. Accordingly, as of this moment, everyone is signed up to go there except Novak Djokovic.
Yep.
But Carlos and Jannik and Sasha and everyone else is going to be there. Yusuf, any thoughts on the paths that we've seen so far? The draw is out.
Yeah. Tough path for Carlos. But, he's been there. He's rested. He has been there now for, I think before his first match, it's going to be probably a week. So he's getting acquainted to the new courts, and they moved to La Défense in Paris. So I think Carlitos is going to be fresh. Carlitos he said slower courts. He prefers slower courts. He's going to have a chance to breathe if he gets to face a Jannik. But, I think I think it's interesting, by the way, because Jannik looks like he won that tournament, but he was crawling at the end. Sasha looks like he's finding his best form. Fritz lost early, so maybe let's see if he's going to be able to recover and find his way back. But I think this tournament is open in a way. It's like I'm getting the same vibes, Haroon, like Shanghai. I'm getting some Shanghai vibes in this tournament where it's not going to be straightforward. But let's see who's going to be my pick. You're going to have to wait to find out. But I think people like Carlos who have been there, we're going to see Dimitrov. He's going to be back. Rublev's been practicing for a while. Also, Mehdi loves these conditions, and he's been there for a while. So, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But I think it's wide open, actually, more than we've ever expected at the Masters.
I completely disagree with Yusuf there. I don't think it's wide open at all. I think it's going to be an absolute bloodbath with the top guys. And I think that Alcaraz has a record of 5-4 in Paris so far, with his best record in Paris being quarterfinals when he lost to Holger Rune, who eventually won the title. That's something that Carlos is definitely not going to let stand for longer. He definitely wants to at least go deeper than the quarterfinals. And Sinner is just now, like, if he just stops cramping and see what his hamstring is all about, but then he's going in lightning hot. Also, you have Sasha Zverev, who's just defended his title last year, and he's going to want to defend it again.
Sasha's on Jannik's side.
So, sure, doesn't matter, but they're all going in hot, and the top guys have been resting and they've been preparing going into Paris. I think it's going to be an absolute nightmare, and I don't think there's going to be another Valentin Vacherot spicy run going to happen again. I
don't mean in that sense. I just mean like it's open. It's open.
It's open. I mean, Fonseca's on Demonauer's side, Khashanov's side, like Lerner Tien's in the mix here. He's on the Zverev corner of the draw also, so he might get Rublev in round 2, Lerner. Like, there's some interesting stories that are looking to happen here. Yeah. It's going to be fun to see how this all plays out. Moutet also, who's been showing a really good level recently. The French crowd, always throw that in the mix.
Cordo's playing quality spineless this tournament.
Yeah,
that's how packed it is.
It's a one week Masters, the best kind.
Yeah, it's the best.
Wild.
And it's going to be awesome. Every day is going to be awesome. Hey guys, let's do some quick who you gots.
Okay.
Because there's some really spicy first round fireworks. Yeah. I'm going to hit you with them, and just let's do this quite quick. We get Valentin Vacherot against Yuri Lehechka round 1, Yusuf.
Give me Vacherot.
Vacherot? Yeah. Let's go Vacherot. Haroon.
It's tough, but I think I'm going Vacherot. I think I'm also going
Vacherot.
No, then I'm not going Vacherot. No, we're gonna jinx him. No,
well, I have Vacherot, and let's go quick through these though. And we have Fonseca Shapov rematch. Yusuf.
Fonseca is in his head. The way Shapo retired that match, like, come on, down double break, like, fall on your sword. Fall on your sword.
Shame. Coach Mikael Tillstrom, I don't think you would like that.
I don't know. I'm not going to judge a player like that. I think Fonseca wins, but I don't know what Shapov was going on.
I definitely have Fonseca for that. We also have Greek Sport Diallo. Indoor Hard Kings, Haroon. Who do you got?
I'm going for Greek Sport. I'm going for Tal. Although I'm high on Diallo, I'm going for Greek Sport as well.
Yusuf.
I'm going to go Greek Sport, but he did retire in Vienna, so let's see what happens. I don't know why. Is it big? Is it not? But let me go Greek Sport if he's healthy.
Yeah, I'm also like Greek Sport here. Fokina against Humbert, home favorite, Haroon. Who's taking this one?
Finalist.
former finalist.
I think Humbert, I don't know.
Last year.
He also withdrew, so he retired in his match. I think I'm going Fokina on this one. I think Fokina is going to take that confidence.
A rematch of the semi that we just saw a couple of days ago. This is unreal.
But Jeremy,
First round.
Jeremy Chardy said he doesn't even know if he's going to play. Like, I don't know. So give me Fokina. Fokina looks healthy.
Yeah, I take Fokina too, I think. Last one here for fun. Harun, your boy, Jaume Munar against Daniil Medvedev. Who's going to win this one?
Let's go, shall we? Let's go, Munar. Munar again, sleeveless beast. Let's go, Munar.
Yusuf.
Come on. Give me Daniil Medvedev, man. Give me Daniil Medvedev.
This is a spicy one, but I have Daniil as well. I have Daniil Medi winning this one. It's going to be fun. This Masters looks to be the most interesting one we might have seen yet.
We have to wait so long, like between a 56 player format Masters. Like, when's the last time we had one? When's the last time? I forgot. Like, I can't even remember when's the last time we had one.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
It's the best.
I'm so excited. I'm
1
so
week
excited.
of action-packed tennis with the best of the best in the world.
Yeah. Our picks are coming in a second, but, we like to keep it transparent on this show and let you know where we were right and where we were wrong. Let's start off with where we were wrong in Vienna. Yusuf, I was wrong because we all had Sinner winning, but I had Demon in the finals.
Yeah.
That was incorrect. You had Rublev. He lost round one. Harun, you were correct, though. You had Sinner and Sasha in the final and Sinner as the winner. So you were right on Vienna. Well done on Vienna.
Let's go.
And, going to Basel, guys, we all whiffed. I had Ruud wrong. Yusuf, you had Pesci.
First round loss.
Who's gone round one?
To the eventual champion.
Maybe you're the closest one to being correct then.
Yes.
And Harun, you had Fritz.
Yeah.
Which he also had to leave the tournament earlier than expected. So we all whiffed in Basel.
Yeah.
But we have a chance to make up for it one more time.
Chance to make up for it. So let's get into this right now. The Paris Masters, the last Masters of the season to end the 2025 Masters season, Harun. Everyone is going to be there from the top. We have Sasha, we have Sinner, we have Alcaraz, we have Fritzy. Only Novak Djokovic is going to be missing. It's tough. Lots of guys are going in form. So I need to ask you, who wins the 2025 Paris Masters?
I'm going for Sasha Zverev, baby. Sasha Zverev is going to defend his title. Let's go.
Wow.
Back to back.
What a pick. What a pick.
Who do you have?
I'm going to go with a guy who we tend to say struggles on indoor hard. But he's the king of the year. It is his year. Carlos Alcaraz for the title, baby. He's going to secure this one. He's going to correct all the wrongs. He's going to down whoever faces him in the final. Even if it's Jannik Sinner, I am taking Carlitos. He likes the conditions. He's fresh. Carlitos, baby.
Oh, my God. Watch this. You guys decided to pick Sasha Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz. But if I recall, the man on a 21-match win streak on indoor hard, his name goes by Jannik Sinner. And so here I am, being bold, apparently. I am going with the one, the only, the king of indoor hard, the 6-King Slam king, the one and only. Jannik Sinner is going to win the ATP Paris Masters, and he's going to continue his streak. And eventually, he's going to be up there with the best of the best with one of the longest consecutive win streaks on indoor hard. Watch it, book it. Jannik Sinner, champion in Paris.
Well, it wouldn't be surprising, but I hope we get a fun one, at least. I hope we get a fun one.
I think we are.
I would not be upset if we got a Sinkeras final either. I would not be.
Or how about Zverev Alcaraz?
That would also not upset me. That would be great. That would also mean that Zverev beats Sinner probably. Ooh. And revenge from what just happened in Vienna.
I just hope Jannik plays. I think, I have a feeling by the time this episode's out, Jannik's actually withdrawing from Paris.
Yeah, I hope he plays. I hope he plays. Yeah, well, if he wants world number one, he needs to play.
He does.
He needs to play. So, because it's technically still on the line.
Yes.
So let's see what happens. And in the meantime, let us know what you think. Sorry, Otto.
Something I thought I realized, Sinner won 500,000, like half a million euros playing in Vienna. I think he won 12 times as much playing for a few days in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Cash.
Wild. He secured the bag. But yeah, you let us know what you think about our picks, about our takes. Drop them in the comments. Who do you think will win Paris. And if you like that, you need to check out our latest episode with Coach Conor Casey. It was a fun one. We talked about college tennis. We talked about the top players on tour, who's the real GOAT and who's the BOAT. Go check that episode out. You'll like it. And also, go check out our other recent interview with Coach Mikael Tillstrom, coach of Shapov. He talked about what it's like to take a top player and build the trust, coach them up. And also, it was like him as a player facing up against top guys like Sampras and Agassi and Federer. You're going to love it. Watch it and let us know. And see us here every week for all your latest tennis stories. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.